But it's more than that. It's not a simple goodies versus baddies melodrama. And it actually physically pains me to use this phrase because anyone who uses it sounds like an absolute tosser. But it is truly multi-layered.
Every character in the programme is trapped somehow, be it within the bureaucratic confines of the police department.
So what can I tell you? If this case doesn't fall, we're all going to be stepping on our dicks trying to explain what happened.
Or the unforgiving brutality of the street.
You think you fucked up now? What's up? Look what they did to my ride.
Do it or don't, but I got some place to be.
Police and the drug gangs are presented as two distinct networks, each with their own power structure, internal political wranglings.
Do the chair know we gonna look like some punk-ass bitches out there?
Motherfucker, I will punk your ass for saying some shit.
Frank.
What?
And enforced compromises for everyone involved.
Understand? If I have to throw Burrell a scapegoat or two, I got what to throw.
Both of them are regularly shat on by the only truly powerful forces in the programme, which lurk somewhere at the top and are only concerned with lining their own pockets or covering their arses.
It's a serial that unfolds slowly and dramatically like a novel, which isn't surprising because that was actually its creator's intention.
Speaking of creators, the show was created by a former police reporter, David Simon, working in conjunction with a former homicide detective. And as you might imagine, this gives it an air of authenticity that's largely unmatched in TV drama.
It's also an angry and intelligent show that offers no easy solution to the problems that it focuses on.
For instance, in Season 3, a police chief, frustrated by the never-ending cycle of violence, introduces a highly unofficial safe zone for drug use in a bid to shift dealers from the corners, a move he likens to the concession allowing public drinking from brown bags. Not that the show presents drug use as being without consequence, in fact quite the reverse.
Are you sure this guy wants to be selling you weight?
The characterisation across the whole series is absolutely rock solid, which given the huge number of characters involved is an amazing achievement.
Performances too are almost uniformly brilliant. Picking out a couple of the cast for special praise feels almost unfair, but you know what, I am unfair, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Snitching bugs.
Particularly worthy of note are Michael K. Williams playing idiosyncratic bandit Omar, Andre Royo as shambolic crackhead Bubbles, and Brixton's very own Idris Elba as brooding charismatic drug lord Stringer Bell.
I ain't gonna hold out.
Alright man, double the muscle on every stash we got. And if the man coming, make ready for the man.
Bloody good accent there as well. He's not the only Brit in the cast, incidentally.
Dominic West plays lead cop Jimmy McNulty with a slightly less convincing accent, but what the hell, this show's so good it could literally fart in my face and I'd still love it.
You can get the first 2 seasons of The Wire on DVD, and Season 3 has just been released in the US. Season 4, meanwhile, should be airing later this year on FX here in the UK. If you like good drama, you have absolutely no excuse for not indulging in this. It is just f***ing brilliant.
I'd like to tell you a true story about American television, and I know it's true because it happened to me. CBS had called me and wanted to fly me out to audition for a pilot for a sitcom. I'd been seen in New York City by a writer, a director, and a producer, and they'd watched my stand-up act. And from that act, they took a whole bunch of lines of mine and created a character for this pilot. I was flying out to Los Angeles to audition for a part which was me. Let me make that clear. I was going to Los Angeles to audition to be myself. LSD is the only thing that can prepare you for the point where you'd be auditioning to be you. And let me tell you this, I gave a great audition. Why? Because I'm me. An hour after the audition, I got a call from CBS and they said, yes, you gave a great audition. However, there was someone who gave a better one. Unbeknownst to me, there was a better me out there. I'm just glad that that show isn't on the air. Oh boy, because I couldn't be me anymore.
In Britain, we tend to look down on fantasy and escapism. We associate quality television with kitchen sink realism.
Oh, look everyone, look how the paupers live. Oh goodness, isn't it frightful? Tune in next week and see how much worse their lives have become.
Either that or flouncy costume drama.
Oh gadzooks, my good fellows, Archibald's dropped his hanky in Tossington Hall.
American TV doesn't suffer from this, or at least not to the same extent. Their TV writers tend to be drawn towards weirdness, not worthiness.
Picture a 50s sitcom, for instance, and you probably think of something as cosy and toothless as this. Leave It to Beaver.
Bye, Mom, I love you! And I'll be in my room later!
But why? That never aired in Britain, you idiot. In reality, vintage US sitcoms were just as likely to star a talking horse.
I'm Mr. Red.
Or a witch. Or a genie who looked like she was going to drop to her knees and blow Larry Hagman the minute the camera stopped turning.
For off-the-wall Freudian symbolism, how about My Mother the Car, in which Jerry Van Dyke's mother is reincarnated as a motor vehicle?
Mom, you look just beautiful.
And I feel just beautiful, Davy.
Thing is, it just makes him look like a madman.
Barb, Randy, Cindy, I want you all to brace yourselves. This car right here did talk to me and plead and beg me to take her home. Now I say her because this car is my mother.
Look, he's literally inside his mum. And now he's coming out, now he's going back in. Oh God, I don't even want to think about what he's doing here.
For my money, the king of TV oddity hails from the 1950s.
Yes, The Twilight Zone, Rod Serling's classic twist-in-the-tail serial, which used sci-fi as a kind of cloaking device to sneak a starkly anti-nuclear message onto Cold War screens.
Henry Bemis, now just a part of a smashed landscape. Just a piece of the rubble. Just a fragment of what man has deeded to himself. Mr. Henry Bemis in the Twilight Zone.
Chilling stuff, although sometimes the message was nothing more profound than, if you've got a plane, for God's sake, don't let William Shatner on board.
Damn, there's a man out there.
What?
Look, he's crawling on...
Incidentally, there's an acting masterclass from Shatner here. Watch this sequence and bear in mind all he has to do is get the policeman's gun without being noticed. Brilliant.
You'll find further outright lunacy in that great American institution, the novelty Crime Fighter series.
Live-action cartoons like the campy Batman made about as much sense as a polythene sandwich, but were fun all the way. They later evolved into man-made marvels like the absurd Knight Rider or this Automan. Oh, come on, he's a hologram as if. This is just nonsense.
In fact, on a scale of 1 to 10, think of me as an 11.
Well, yes, it is nonsense, and it flopped, as did Manimal. The point is, at least they tried Manimal. No one said, hey, can we make a hospital drama instead? No. They said, you mean the guy turns into a snake? That's fucking awesome! They dared to dream. And perhaps, if we embrace some of that wide-eyed escapism, we'd have fewer Holby cities ourselves, and more things that were actually worth watching or exporting. It's just a thought.
Well, there you go. That's the end of the American edition of Screenwipe. We'll be back next week with an exclusive 3-hour look at Belgian television. Be there.
Tonight, Ben Anderson holidays in the danger zones of El Salvador, Honduras and Panama to find out what life's like now the Americans have moved out. Stay with us.